I'm in Peoria. Just picked up a good size Western Diamondback rattlesnake, and I'm hiking it out to a wash to let it go. It's warmer today than normal. You probably noticed that. I think yesterday it suddenly jumped up into the 90s for the first time, and then today is going to be upper 90s and will be over 100 by the weekend. So there's a lot of snake activity. It's all just popping off right away. I think yesterday I was hiking all day, only saw a handful of things, and then as soon as it got dark, just an explosion of snakes. We saw over 10 of them out very quickly, just leaving the area. So lots of snakes are moving now. This one is going to be how a lot of these are going to look. It was kind of a random thing. So the snake wasn't really attracted to anything in the yard. It's not like the situation we talk about that the snake is there for any particular reason or attracted to it, or there's nothing in the yard that was even useful. It's just, it was a snake that was traveling. And the neighborhood just kind of got in the way. It's a new neighborhood, so this snake, who is an older adult, probably just didn't even realize that an old travel route or something like that was no longer useful. So hiking it out to a wash, and I'm going to go along the wash until I find some good cover opportunity for it. This does kind of start that time of year when a snake that is not placed directly into deep cover where it can get out of the heat can die. So over the next few weeks, I'll be talking about that a lot during relocation calls like this. But also anyone that does relocation work or works with snakes, whether for fun or otherwise, or does anything like this, really need to take note. You can't just take that thing and dump it under a bush. You can't hold it out and have it out in the heat for long, because they will die pretty easily. And even if it doesn't die, if it's something that's just uncomfortable, you're going to cause the snake to panic and start trying to crawl off and find another situation that is suitable. So that's a pretty big key thing towards getting the snake to not panic and wander around or go get hit by a car or go to someone else's house, is it's got to be comfortable where it's at. Sorry. There's a tent in a tree. Sometimes I'm out here doing this and there's like, I think in the middle of nowhere, so I'm safe to be like talking to my phone. And then I look over and there's a guy that lives in the bushes or something watching me that thinks I'm crazy. So anyway, I gotta hurry up and do this because the phone is ringing non-stop today. All right, there's a big tree up here, looking for a pack rat nest. There's no rock in this area whatsoever. So I'm looking for a pack rat nest or other kind of debris that can act as shelter for this guy. And I think I got it right here. This is not a pack rat nest. This is bulldozer or something caused this, but it'll work. It'll work very well for the same reasons. There he is, hiding his head. Poor guy. So Amy, the 100, he's got a, so there's something on there. You can't really see it. I'm gonna let him crawl into there. Uh-oh, come on, buddy, you wanna go under, not over. He's got some blood on his head and it's dried up. So that actually might be a clue of why the homeowner even saw this snake. Somebody saw this snake and tried to kill it and didn't succeed, so now you have a panic snake that ended up in the neighbor's yard. So this homeowner has one of her neighbors to thank for this snake, because they thought they could handle that situation by themselves, and they could not, which happens a lot. So now you have an injured snake crawling around doing things it wouldn't normally do. Whoops. don't do that. There's lots of places like our group and others that will handle this professionally, so you don't have to play cowboy and pretend you know what you're doing with a rattlesnake. It doesn't look like a big wound. It looks like whoever did that has greatly misjudged their abilities with a shovel or whatever they're using. All right. Anyway, Amy, so when it's hot like this, a lot of the activity that we've been seeing with snakes has been in the mid-mornings or late afternoons. Kind of as soon as the shadows get long, then the snakes start to move, and then hikers and homeowners come in contact with them between roughly 2 o'clock in the afternoon and maybe an hour before dark. So when it's hot like this, that behavior is going to start becoming more nocturnal. So encounters are going to be pegged to early mornings and at dark or right after dark. They're no longer going to be doing a lot of basking or intentionally seeking heat unless they're trying to digest something big or become gravid. But for the most part, between now and when it starts cooling off again, their primary activity is going to be at night. So you can view the activity early in the morning and at sunset as, you know, not distinct activity periods, but rather the beginning and end of that period. So early morning hikers, people who let your dog out at 6 o'clock in the morning, and people who like to hike with a headlamp after dark, it's your turn to see rattlesnakes. Okay, I'm just gonna hang up and get back to my car real fast because I think there was like 3 calls that just came in while I was doing this, so I got to make sure the crew isn't wondering where I'm at while I'm having a good time talking about snakes. So I'll see you later.